What you guys, got another video here for you on some of the best tools for Windows 10. Microsoft have re-released a toolkit called PowerToys. Now, PowerToys has been around for many years, since Windows 95. It was around in Windows XP when they re-released it, and now they're re-releasing it again in Windows 10. You can see here it's on GitHub, and you'll be able to download it and install it on your system. It's got some really useful functionality, and I think they're going to be adding some more features to this as time goes on. So come down to the bottom of the page here and click on this link here. This will allow you to download PowerToys and install it on your system completely free. Once that's downloaded, you can then click on the executable file here, and this will then open up a box and start to download and install the software onto your system. You can see Microsoft Windows Desktop Runtime is going to be installed on here because it needs it to run correctly. So we'll just go through the motions here, click next and next again. And this is the directory where we're going to install it. You can create a shortcut if you wish, click on next, and then we can install. I'll make sure I leave all the links for this in the video description for you, so you can just quickly click there and download and install it. Very simple and easy to do. So let that just install. Once that's done, we can click finish, and then we can now open up the application. Now you can open this up with shortcut keys. I'll show you all the shortcut keys here. Pretty useful to use the shortcuts here, as well as you can open up the program itself and have a look. But the shortcuts, you can hold the Windows key for a second or so, and you will get the shortcuts window opening up just like this. You can open up programs by holding the Windows key and any of the numbers for the programs that are in your taskbar. There's only 3 here, but you might have a bunch of programs which you can quickly access by using the Windows key and that number. You can also open up applications, as you can see here, just like so. You can also open up the settings pane by just holding the Windows key and I. This will open up the settings pane, and you've got a bunch of other things you can do with shortcuts. So shortcuts are really useful and speed up your productivity. So it's a real big plus side of this program is the shortcuts part for me. So let's move on to something else that this actual application can do for us. Let's go ahead and open up the actual application itself, and this is what you can expect to see when you open up the program. Now, you don't have to open up the program, you can run it all by shortcuts, but you can see we've got the tabs on the side, the general and color picker. Now, color picker is quite useful if you want to pick a certain color on a website. Maybe you're creating a website or something like that, and you want to get that particular color and you don't know what it is. You can use the color picker tool to select that color on the screen. So for instance, you've got a bunch of different settings here you can use. We're going to use hex here, and basically once you use the Windows plus Shift plus C key, this will open up the color picker, and you'll be able to navigate that around. Even on your desktop here, let's choose one of these colors on the desktop here to see what sort of colors you can get. So you got this little box popping up, and when you hover it over the colors, you can see it all changing here. Very useful if you like a particular type of color and you're trying to match it. It's a very useful tool for many different things. So that is the color picker tool, and that is built inside the PowerTools software as well. Now, another useful application that's built in here is Fancy Zones. Now, Fancy Zones works a little bit like Fences. If you remember what that program was like, called Fences, is basically allows you to segregate your real estate, your desktop, into certain zones, so you can put things in those zones, and you can basically put as many zones in there as you like with the Fancy Zones tool. And again, you can open this up using the shortcut there with the Windows key plus the tilde key, and this will open up the actual zones application. You also got a load of settings inside here which you can mess around with if you wish to do so. But let's have a look and see what it looks like. So this is the application. When you open it up, you can see they've got some templates inside here which allows you to create your own template here or add zones to it. So you can see we've got columns, and there's only 3 there, but if you wanted to add more columns, you can add more columns. You should see it in the background. And if you need more than 3 columns or 4 columns, you can add whatever you like here. This is going to be great for people with a really large, wide monitor. You can put those into zones, and it allows you to snap your programs into those little zones as well. Now, you can also create your own custom zones, which is very useful for people who want to create their own custom sizes. So you can go in here and create a new layout, and you can add as many as you like, and you can then navigate over to these zones and pull them down into position where you want them, and you can make them bigger or small, whatever you want. You can have, say, for instance, equal sizes, or you can have one larger one, one smaller one, and one real large one on the screen here, as you can see, was pulling these out here. And that's the zones in position now. So you could use those zones, very simple and easy to do. Now you can also snap things into those zones as well. So let me just quickly show you how that works. So you can see here, because we've got these zones customed to our sizes, you can now put these into those zones. Now, of course, if you've got dual monitors and you've got a really large wide monitor, zones are very useful. So let me just navigate and put these in. There we go, just like so. So that is the Fancy Zones software inside PowerToys, and I use that quite a bit, but there is some other tools that I use, which is the Power Renamer, which we'll take a look at in a second. But you've got File Explorer here. You can see these are enabled, so it's enabling SVG preview, and also you've got the enable Markdown, and we've also got enable the thumbnails here as well. Another thing you can do inside PowerToys is the image resizer. You can see image sizes, small, medium, large, and phone. And there's a bunch of other ones you can add, and a particular size that you use quite a lot. And you can set that size up so you can just quickly resize those images really quickly with all your settings that you've got here. And you've got your encoding here. You can change the encoder and also the name of it as well. And there's plenty of other things you can do with image resizer. Keyboard Manager is another option inside PowerToys, which allows you to remap keys, which can be very useful if you want to do remapping. Now, Power Renamer is basically something that I use quite a bit. If you've got a lot of files that you want to rename, then you can use the Power Renamer to name all of those files to whatever you want in one big swoop. It's very easy to do. I'll share how it works. So basically, I'm going to go into my pictures here. I've just got some test images here. So these are the images that I've got. Now, if I want to take out the image underscore part of the file name, I can highlight them all, and then you just right click on there here on any one of these things and just go to Power Rename. This will open up another box, and in the search for, you can literally put in the beginning of the name, which will be image underscore, which is what you want to remove. So just type that out like so and replace it with, and you would then put it where you want to replace it with. So let's just say I put in there boxing, and we then go to the options pane down below. You can see match all occurrences. You've got some other areas down there which you can see exclude folders, exclude files. You can make uppercase, make lowercase, make title case. You can do loads of different things here, and when you push enter, basically it will change all of those. You can see it's made a boxing test, and it's removed the image underscore. So you've got the idea of how that works, but you can rename the whole file in one fell swoop. So if you've got a load of files that you want to quickly rename, it's very useful. Just make sure that the extensions for hide extensions for known file types is visible, so you can actually see the extensions there, because sometimes it can mess it up and you end up not being able to open those images until you rename the extension there. So that is the Power Renamer, very useful bit of software. We got Power Toys Run as well. Shortcut for that is Alt plus space, and this is quite a useful little shortcut for using, because if you want to search for something very, very quickly, you can use the Power Toys Run command, which allows you to search for things on your computer. So let me just show you how this works. So you use the shortcut Alt and spacebar, and up will come this little black box, and you type in what you want to open, and it will basically open that up for you very quickly and easy to do. So if you've got something hidden on your computer somewhere and you don't want to go searching for it, you could just quickly type it in there, push enter, and it will open it up. So for instance, if I've got Malwarebytes on here and I wanted to open this up, I would just start to put malware or Malwarebytes, and you will see it come up in the list, push enter, and up will come that program. Very quick and easy to do. Very useful little tool that. I do like that quite a bit. Anyway, I think that's going to be about it for this video. That is the Power Toys for Windows 10. Really enjoying that piece of software. I'll leave the link in the video description so you can take a look at it. It's free to download, and they will be adding more features to that and also keeping it updated. So keep an eye on that one. So that is it for this one. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a big special thanks to all those who have joined my YouTube members group. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the support. Your names will be rolling up on the screen right now. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.